So today we're going to make a very easy but a very painful paddle. We're going to start out with this really long bitch here, but we're going to be cutting it down. One side is rounded a little bit. This side's flat. We're going to want the flat side for our pain, and this side's going to be normal. The reason for that is this rounding makes this edge a little bit shorter, and we won't need it to be a little bit thicker. We're going to be putting this on. This is a steel plate with spikes. They use them to make trusses for houses. We're going to be putting it right about there. We're going to slide it up to give us a little gap so these corners here and here aren't in this rounded area. This thing is going to be, what is it? It's 8 inches by about 3. We're not going to really need to do any measurement because we're going to place this right where we want it. Do a real light line there. Then when we put it on, we're going to use these really tiny screws. They're small enough to hold down the plate, but not too long that they go through the wood. The next step is we're going to cut off this excess. Okay, I've cut off the end. And I went ahead and hit this on my belt sander just to round out these corners just a little bit. Just run out the edge. Now you have your options here of painting the wood, which I've done in the past. I've some black spray paint. That seems to be popular. I'm going to go with a new technique of burning it. I like the burnt wood right now, so I'm going to try that. I normally do my burning outside on my concrete pad, but this tabletop is steel, so it'll be fine. Thing came out pretty nice. Burn that a little bit more. If you didn't want to burn, you could also write in whatever you want to write, your derogatory terms, whatever they are. You can put a name on there. I like the fire. Makes every piece completely unique. Every piece one of a kind. And when we put this on, we're going to be screwing into the caddy corners here, there, there. These screws are very short, so they'll, I mean, you could probably pull this right off eventually, but you're not pulling with it, you're hitting with it. It doesn't have to, I want to say it doesn't have to bear any weight, let's put it that way. Plus, I'm not making any pilot holes. The screws are sharp on their own. Alright, I got that one in. Straighten up my lines. A little looser. I don't like to tighten the first one, because then it's placed. Right there. We're going to hold it a little in place. I got this paddle at the craft store very cheaply. Maybe $5. The top pieces I've cut off. The previous paddles I've made clothes racks out of them. I made Punisher themed ones. Maybe I'll show them one day if anybody cares. This paddle is not for the faint of heart. You are intended to hit lightly. If you wanted to dull out the spikes, you could. Just take a file across the tops of them. Or put it on the belt sander real light, real quick. I don't say light because you don't want to tear up the belt on your sander. But do that real light, real quick, and you'll take out a lot of the sharpness. Then it'll still be spiny without too much pain. Know your limits. If it's too much for you, don't do it. A lot of people recommend safe words. To each their own. I know my partners well enough that I don't need to worry about it. If you are going to use a safe word, I recommend meatloaf. So I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. The last step is I got a little bit of lace here. Just a little bit of rope. And I'm going to add a wrist lanyard. Ends together. Do a simple knot. Pull it tight. Have the option of some people like to dip this in like a resin just to harden that up, or whipping it, tying it off, however you want to do it. Now you have a hanging lanyard or a wrist lanyard in case you put your hand through there, and done. Just want to talk about it a little bit. I have made these in the past. I have sold these in the past. Don't kink shame people. If it's not your cup of tea, then don't drink it. Other options with this toy is you don't have to hit. I mean, you could just let it down and make your sub sit on it, or just press it into their body, however you want to play with it. I was talking about before about dulling them out. Right now they're very sharp. But if you just take a file, yeah, those are already duller. Those are already much taller. And I don't know, I want to say that's it. Very easy build, very quick. If you like what I'm doing here, please leave a comment and let me know. Please subscribe. Hit the like button if you feel inclined. And thanks a lot.